On the CT side, a couple more for Mousesports here. Chris Shelby deploying one towards outside. Bomb is back, and they're getting ready towards Pop Dogs. This will be an outside finish. Flashbangs to go in. Bialy to defend.
Now they go from Pop Dog. Mihu, good position on the edge of the smoke behind the bomb train. Picks up only one. As he goes down, things turn quickly because Sunny is able to only find one kill, but jump back around to give Neo, although a trade kill, space for Oscar to get traded back onto. So I'm gonna be planted. Snack's gonna try and flank it. Finds Oscar immediately. Pistol again. USPS as he works in. No kit, but has the armor. Sunny's gonna try and reverse this and turn the tables to go for a fast flank behind the train. Doesn't even need to go that far. Chris nails the headshot. Mousesports go up 1-0.
T-side pistol victory. Outside smokes, flashbangs going out to 5-man unit, focusing towards that Pop Dog. Picks found. Kills there available for Sunny as he gets two. And we'll see whether this force bite from the VP side will yield any sort of success for them. CZ's a scout once again for Pasha. Hitting a few shots at that weapon. Thanks towards main though. Sunny gonna try to find his opening pick. Gets it. Take a lot of damage to find the first kill. Down to 7. Shep gets the call and nails a shot towards Robs.
Neo already pushing through the hallways with just the P250. Have any direct contact in the hallways, but if he goes down the Pop Dog, he certainly would be spotting them walking in from a main. It's a bit of a risk he's not going to take as of yet. Sticko already gone by. Now he'll go, because he finds the kill on Sunny. He's got a gun available to him, and I take that back. That wasn't the hallway. I thought that was back toward main, so he's going to rotate back around. This could work if Oscar's not careful as he gets down. Or at least wants to get down. Pasha, meanwhile, scout in hand, is certainly flirting with Oscar. This is going to give Pasha more space because he finds Chris J. Virtus Pro starting to inch the round back as Oscar gets snacks. That should be Neo's chance, but he actually elects to rotate back off of it and play more conservatively. Oh no! Pasha never saw Sticko coming, and this time he's not going to turn around and deny him. Scout it would have been, but Sticko makes up for the last map perhaps as Neo tries to clutch it back, manages to get the bomb. Bomb down with 33 seconds, managing to get closer as well to Sticko's position, but he can't get the spray and Sticko saves the round.
Very closely contested. The force buy does bring it down to a 1 versus 1, but Mousesports will keep the lead here. 2-0 guaranteed full eco here in round number 3. Sticko very quiet on cobblestone there, but another decent clutch. He won a couple on the opening map of Mirage, as they'll keep the MAC 10s. And then P7s here, of course, Chris J, that's his calling card, it seems. Any player really actively using that weapon time and time again. Smoke towards the connector here. It's a really cool smoke that lands all the way through, as you can see.
Does a
be
little
focusing
damage too.
Towards the inside bomb site here. Focusing on upper. They know they're up against a full eco, so you want to kind of get that bird's eye view of the site, but they've overlooked Pasha. He's only good for 1, but the damage has been done. And we'll see if they can get anything more here. And Sticko picks up his second frag. His third, in fact.
So Bialy, the only one still directly inside of the site. Snacks, as you might expect. Sitting back in wait. Exit kills at this point in time. Nothing he's going to do change the outcome of the round, surely, but getting a gun would be tremendous. A gun that's really close to him is Chris J's MP7. Better than nothing, I suppose, but the fact that Sunny's going to get with Chris, you know what Snacks is likely up to, means that even if he goes down, they'll trade on him immediately. No gun to be carried over, and it doesn't even go that far as Mousesports pick up the 3-0. Guns come out either way, but again, without carrying anything over means slightly less utility on offer to them. They're not going to go for the AWP as of yet. Okay, that's confirmed. I thought Pasha might, but besides against it, and they'll go with the rifles instead.
3-0. No AWP available. You're absolutely right. It will just be rifles. That's the same smoke towards a connector, but he might be going towards Ivy, it seems. He's going to be bouncing off the wall there, and it will be an outside play. Snacks to be flashed, but he has got good position here, and both VP kills coming in. Bialy and Snacks find Sticko. Chris J, though, still alive and kicking, but not for long. And will be a very clean round there for VP. That is to be expected, though. Remember, that's a bit of a bonus situation for Mousesports. They had those MP7s coming into the first round, and unfortunately try to go for the fast pace with the set smokes going down, but VP shutting it down. Nice position from Snacks, as they pretty much keep everyone alive there. Just one player goes down, and Honey in an okay position, about 2K per play on the VP side. Don't want to lose this round though. Rops, just to know, just down to a Desert Eagle here. Oscar with the AWP, bunny hopping towards the Ivy side of the map. Sunny, lots of that a position. Bialy tucks himself in towards Pop Dog.
Neo, bottom of the ramp. To make contact with Rops, he'll go on the high side of the hallway and use the wall to his advantage to get deeper in. They do spot Neo. The subsequent damage dealt puts him to 46 HP as he has to fall off. So too does Pasha. No further aggression. Pasha's going to throw out a smoke to help Neo get a better position in the situation, but he's not going to stick around for long. In fact, he might rotate backtracks. It's not unwise, given that Mihu's been forced off the angle, wants to get more forward to play a crossfire with Snacks and Bialy. And Pasha now is going to guard off the entrance point of both Chris and Oscar. 2-2-1. Rops to come down Pop Dog as they look to the outer site. Isolation smoke to the right now, and second one will be thrown to the left. An immediate wrap toward Hell. Are they going to push the smoke? Chris is going to push the smoke. Just barely finds Pasha fully blinded, trying to hide inside of it. And he's followed that up to find Mihu as well. Snack's the only one to respond, but left in the open, nowhere to look. And it's going to be one gun to Virtus Pro, but an immediate reset from Mousesports. Neo doing what he can, but Sunny shuts him down.
Neo normally so good in the clutches. It seemed like some magic was coming together there, but not quite. Instantly shut down after getting one kill. And you're absolutely right there, Matt. It is going to be a reset. 4-1 on the T side of Train. Chris J, lovely work coming out the Ivy there. 2 kills to his name. It's the ball by the horns, as it looks like it has to be a full EK for VP. Be forcing at all. Just PT50s, $300 per player, 1 HE grenade. Going to be throwing that towards main. Oscar will fire off shots towards the connector. Huge lead here. Remember, this is a very CT-sided map, so Mousesports, great start. It's usually their T side is where they find most of their issues, so it's nice to see them have this strong start here. Hit Bialy, but only down to 17 HP. Snacks knows he's got an opportunity to find this AWP player. Maybe a bit more than that, doing considerable damage towards Sunny. Finishes him off, but Oscar will repay the favor.
Shot back out from Chris. P250's trying to do what they can, but not much in it. Still has to get toward a designated site, but Oscar is going to certainly aid in that by taking down Mihu. Bialy, good opportunity to see down from control, but again, it really needs to be gifted to him at this point. Good information as to position of one particular player in Chris sliding up. Pasha will get that information to trade off a bit, pick up an AK-47, but as he steps out to fight Stiko, Rops is ready, 5-1.
Good job, Mousesports. Indeed, 5-1. Money starting to stabilize. Still not an amazing place for VP. There's Oscar in the first couple of kills here, aware of the flank potential from Mihu there. So we'll see an AWP set up here from VP. Indeed we will. Pasha and Snacks, you mentioned it. I don't think it's as formidable as Chris J and Oscar, but we'll see whether it can live up to expectations at all. For the T side as well, Snacks looking for any fast plays towards Olof. Need that main entrance in general. He plays inside on top of the lower train. Smoke to buy himself some time, but Rops is already out. This is something he does so well. He's good at getting the timings and pushing towards the inside bomb site here. Neo, I thought was out of position, but he does manage to find the kill and still has the smoke to protect him from lower ramp. So they will find an early lead here as Sunny tries to, wherever he can, hit towards outside. Can't find the aim though. Mihu will drop 2 of them. Takes Chris J as well.
Very impressive from Mihu because the crosshair placement of Sunny was actually almost perfect, and he had the AK-47 as well, which you'd expect to win that battle. Oscar, not quick enough to find Mihu either. So 3 kills in total for him, following off of Neo's opener. And suddenly Stiko finds himself in a 1 versus 5 and spotted by Bialy through the edge of the box. Virtus Pro back on the board and doing so with 5 players alive. That's going to give them a round in hand. So the economy, although potentially to be reset, they'll have a buy left over, more to the point, and they'll be able to whittle down Mousesports considerably. In fact, this will be the last buy for them, so this really dictates who takes control of the midpoint.
You're just joining us. This is our 3rd and final map here in the grand final. Keep things off Mirage, a very convincing Mousesports victory, but even more so in the second from VP. Cobblestone 16-4 in their favor. First half of the final map here. Not much separating them at the moment, but remember Mousesports on the T side, quite a considerable lead, 5-2. Will set up once again after the clean sweep in the previous. VP starting to get back into this now. Sunny waits cautiously towards the main entrance. Rops maybe learns his lesson from his previous encounter towards Inner, won't be as aggressive. There will be one player waiting for him. That's Pasha with the AWP, who now watches the upper ramp.
Good find, Bialy backs off. No aggression on that from Chris. I thought Chris might try and swing being an A-main to see if he could find the response immediately. Willing to concede the kill. They'll keep the element of surprise. Meanwhile, over toward B. Neo, forced off the top of Red Train already and vanishes inside of a smoke. All for naught on the Mousesports approach, though. They're going to go back the other direction. So Crisp, in being patient, actually gets great control of the inner sight. One problem in that. Mihu hasn't rotated, so although we can catch them in return, oh, what a shot. Mihu could actually find and solve this. He's elected not to. And he's going to catch some working out from Popdog instead. Stico's going to come in beside him. Mihu only with 2. I thought if he went back to find Chris instead, it would have slowed their approach down maybe a little more, despite that he gets 2 kills versus just the 1. It was the position that was more important. So bomb planted, Snacks to push in. Good find on Chris immediately. Stico's going to go hunting back for him on the AK with the bomb down. He desperately needs to win the first duel. With 100 HP, it goes the other way instead. Snacks to pull it off, and we go 5-3.
Well recovered there by BP after losing the first frag from this stunning shot from Chris J. We thought that would be enough. Mihu, he has looked sharp. All grand final, gets 2 kills and gets them back in the round. Just what BP need there, as we'll get into the next round. Bomb defuse. Problem there, 5-3 now. Money started to run a little bit short for the Mousesports side. They're averaging about 3K per player though, right? Because next round they can't fully buy, so I doubt we'll see any sort of force or even partial buy here. Might just be PG50s and Russian side, something like that. Seeing as the money is quite strong, the loss bonus getting to that 3rd stage at this point. Tactical timeout. Chance to calm down. Pasha and Snacks still on the double AWP, of course, as Mihu managed to recover the previous round. See the scoreboards where they sit right now. Chris J at the very top of Mousesports, 9 and 6. At the top of VP, quite equally distributed, I have to say. It's Snacks and Pasha both on 6 kills apiece. And it looks like they will be fully investing. Just to note, Mousesports trying to shut them down early with 2 Galils, CZs, and a Desert Eagle. I think that's an incorrect call. I feel like you could get a full buy next round. That was the time to bring the weapon around again. You got that lead, and this is risking giving it up. You'll lose this round. You'll certainly be eco next round if the bomb doesn't go down especially.
So 2 Galils, bad 2 AWPs, fair enough, good luck. Virtus Pro starts to take control of their CT venture. Neo getting far forward toward the ramp, might have Rops on his doorstep immediately, quite literally in the doorstep if they went down the ramp as well. Pasha's already forced off the angle at high because utility down means he's got to find better positioning. Can't afford to be caught that early with the AWP in hand and have it transfer over to the Mousesports side. Good first pick. Speaking of AWP players rather than the weapon, Oscar manages to get a kill with the CZ. Biela's going to trade it back and find Sunny, but a bomb plant coming in immediately from Mousesports. No boost on top of Ticket means no availability to fire into the smoke.
Good stuff though from Mousesports. This force buy could be very beneficial indeed. The bomb has been planted. Sticker took a nade to the face to get it down, but he's still alive. The AWP retake is going to be very challenging indeed. He's going to be down to Neo and his AK-47 to try and give them any sort of chance within it. He's found 1 kill, but I thought he was going down there. Gets a second as well. There's the response from Sticker. The full diffuse is coming in, and it looks like it's going to be successful. Indeed it is. Pasha sits in the smoke, and Robs can do nothing but watch on as the bomb is defused and the orbs are recovered. 5-4, Virtus Pro negates the force by a Mousesports.
Desperate play inside of the smoke by Pasha, but he pulls it off, and you're right, that was a force buy from Mousesports that could have turned things considerably, especially if they picked up the ops to go over on their side. Now they're back to full Deagles this time. 2 CZs. I say full Deagles, I meant full pistols, but 2 Deagles, 2 CZs and a P250. And a little bit more commitment to the Brown Halls as Rops is also and already leading the charge toward the corner. Pasha going to play well back and aid Neo in trying to catch off anyone that goes lower. Therefore, Neo can sit on top of the bomb train. Just watch above. Yes. Such an angle as well for Neo that if they smoke down and then went for the fast drop, he still catches them. They're in smoke to cover the cross. Chris getting in position on the train. He's not yet spotted Neo as they try and go for the plant, but Rob sneaks in behind him. It got very awkward with the amount of smokes down. Good find from Pasha. Oscar tries to get aggressive to cut off rotation. Snacks gets him instead. Just 2 to find, neither with weapons. They'll be in proximity to the bomb to try and deny anyone getting on the defuse this time. Forget smokes, it's going to come to kills surely as the Deagles do what they can inside of the lower smoke ramp. Good read from Mihu spotting Stico, but do they know that Rops is there?
We'll have to find out. 4 versus 1 now, but Rob's smoked out. The bomb will be defused and be better off to saving whatever he can. He's got the CZ. And there's the defuse. Nothing too exciting towards the end. But Mousesports getting a plant. This was a partial buy. They've got money for this particular round. This is now going to be a fantastic final map. No one's been running away with it. No clear winner. 5-5 as VP get 4 clean rounds in a row there. After being reset, we'll be having a lot of cash. Going to round number 11 here. The last few rounds of the first half. Oscar back from the AWP. Nades towards main entrance, and Robs once more being flashed in towards a brown hole. We'll have a challenge this time though. Neo and Pasha ready and waiting for him. Neo on the lower ramp. He just wants to establish Pasha, which he does very well. Has to dodge a flashbang, and will he be able to find his first kill? He plays closer like this, so he can't be spotted by the deep orb of the opposition towards the upper area, and Rops will get the first kill. Nice shot to take down the AWP.
Snax backs off. That first kill weakens them significantly on the outer defense, trying to get a response to it. Neo pushes up and Rops gets both, he and Mihu. Yeah, that was really nice from Rops. He got 3 in total now. He's on for the ace. Looks like a guaranteed round for Mousesports here. Unless some absolute heroics come in from the likes of Bialy and Snax. Well, not to be planted just yet. That's all the way towards Ivy. Chris J, though, executes Bialy in the back of the head. That should be the round guaranteed at this point. Snax will just have to try and hold on to the AWP. 45 seconds, but that won't matter too much as the bomb will now be planted on the outside area. And I think this... Ooh, I thought Robs had him there. Said he was on for 4 kills, but taken down in the end. Now Chris J will try and find the sniper of Snax. Sneaks through. Oscar to hold it. AWP to be held over to this round. Mousesports take back the lead. Great opening from Rops. Both of the players on Pasha and Miu, both the players pushing up to try and get the information and get a clue back into the round as they'd lost the first pick. It absolutely ripped apart by the man who found that same aforementioned kill. So double up setup versus a single. Oscar's gonna have his obviously carried over. Miu and Snax go out toward the Ivy position. Bomb intentionally dropped back toward A main, so watch for picks, or at least the attempt of them from Mousesports. Expecting a little more aggression toward Ivy as well, because both Oscar and Chris have slowed down on their way toward long. A run boost across. Miu would have wanted the feed, I think, on that.
It's interesting the orb gets run boost. It's normally another player to set the orb up, but it's actually Oscar flung across like a slingshot, and he'll actually get the first pick there, taking down the player on the outside. Well played. They can capitalize on this. Still over a minute on the clock, though. Boosted on the server, and Bialy going for the reaction play. Works out tremendously well for him. Finds Sticko and falls back safely.
Snax smoked off, isolated. That means Bialy has to go back toward the hitch. There is a gap. Bialy's got to play off this. Snax finds it, takes advantage of it, tries to preemptively strike as well. Onto Oscar, who now works directly in the sight. Bialy's actually looked away. He's watching the front of the site, hoping that that smoke's enough to cover off, and Pasha's beside him. Oscar could, if Snax doesn't find him first, get 2 in this. There's the first. Stays away undetected. Snax has the upper hand, but he misses the shot. That's going to allow Pasha to look over. Oscar, they're giving him a ton of room, and you don't want to do that with Oscar. Sonny will get to the bomb train at the very least off of all of the missed shots and activity toward the hell position, and Neo gets very close to him. He's not going to find him as he slips over to the left. Oh, take it back. He's gone directly underneath. Great kill to find. They know Oscar still exists out toward hell as well, so it's all on defining Rops. Neo can't commit to the defuse just yet.
What a round this is shaping up to be. 3-on-2. VP with the lead right now. Nice Molotov, though, from the T side. Oscar, I'll buy him a little bit of time. He'll be on the ladder right now, just trying to avoid being spotted. Waiting for the defuse to come in. There it is. First shot successful. Takes down Pasha. Rob's now set up as he just toys with it here. So much good movement here from Oscar. Rob's will be backing him up any second now. It looks like Mousesports have done enough. They certainly have. Beautiful play from Oscar. Just completely dancing on the ladder and avoiding every single bullet from VP. And this looked like he had full control the entire round. Good run boost to kick things off. Got this opening frag. And even in the 3 versus 2, he keeps him off the bomb, keeps him distracted. You can see how frustrating that must be to try and play against. And just setting up Robs perfectly here for a little spray down at the end. 7-5. Down to the money. Looks like a full eco perhaps from VP. Any upgraded pistols at all? Just a Deagle and some PT-50s. That's it. As Mousesports home in on winning the half. Looking for their 8th round here.
Neo on the ramp. He's got problems. Sonny sneaks in behind. Oscar's already got him down. Sonny can now turn his attention and actually push down towards CT. Mihu, just the pistol. Another desperate to work back out from Z-Connector, and Chris be aware that he's going in that direction. Sonny's going to find him first. All 5 stay alive. 8-5 now for Mousesports. So Virtus Pro, much like the first map, did very well to pull themselves back into contention, I should say. It was 3-1, then 2 more rounds to Mousesports off a reset, 4 in a row, all of which, not all I should say, 3 of the 4 came to defuses. So Mousesports even then were getting money, and now they're getting the momentum back with 3 straight as we head into round 14. Pasha is going to go for the Mag 7.
See if it works out for him. WP not available to Virtus Pro whatsoever. Pasha knows his presence towards this lower ramp area, trying to time it perfectly. The Mag 7 wants them to commit first. Flashbang gets him right in the face. He has the knife out, get out of there. But fully blind, Robs will find him. 7-4 once again for the Mousesports side. They know the money's low here for the CTs. Pasha with a shotgun suggests there is no orb at all on the CT side. Waiting for that reaction. We discussed this before. There it is from Bialy again. Clinical stuff to take down Sticko. Sonny, here's the player on the other side. We'll have to spray the smoke. Here he goes. Will he go for it? Doesn't actually commit. Still a 4-4, which certainly favors Mousesports here, considering the AWP potential. They will boost up, but Snacks 1 step ahead of them. Finds Chris J, and they're getting right back in this round. Mihu towards the main entrance. 4-2 now. Oscar surely can't get this kill. Smoke all around him. As he waits for it to dissipate, he'll have to fire off a shot. Didn't find a target on the other side.
Good find from Mihu onto Rops. Leaving the bomb back down toward the showers. Oscar trying to stay alive and keep the op up. Got money to work with, so it's not a huge deal. He'll know Virtus Pro certainly do not, and therefore every kill he gets is valuable, but Mihu in a better position. Oscar wasn't ready for it. 8-6, and a chance to split yet another half at 8-7, just like we did on Mirage. Very similar to Mirage as well, in that Mousesports opened it with the pistol.
That's true. Here we go, the final round of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. No AWP available for VP once again. They will have fully equipped players in terms of the utility. As you can see, the Molotov deployed towards main entrance, and Oscar, a nifty little boost towards the pallets at the back. He'll get the first kill, but Bialy's been so good at trading out these frags. He won't get anything this time, though. Sticko this time gets the better of him. They'll boost up in turn towards the connector. Will Sticko be aware of it? I'm not so sure. Looks like he'll be going down momentarily. There it is. Neo will find him, and it's still a 4 versus 3. Maybe not for long, though. Pasha, great shot from the connector.
Solid as Sonny goes down.
Oh, here's Robs. 1 HP map.
But look at the positioning.
Yes,
no
indeed.
one's going to be ready for this, so this is still very, very relevant.
He can call for his teammates to wait now. They don't have to fully commit to the lower ramp. He wants to see if he can get a rotation towards inner, and then at that point he gets 1 kill, even with 1 HP. And they've gone past him. No,
Pasha.
They haven't checked his position. Pasha's done everything correctly here. Shoots 1, gets the double, and now a 2 versus 1, and Robs is left with just 1 HP.
1 HP and the position gone. It was all about finding Neo, and he couldn't do it. Pasha overlooked. And make it 8-7, 1 round as we head into the final half. Recovery
wow.
again from Virtus Pro.
How do they overlook this? Robs is just in a perfect position. Like I said, they could have just waited for him to get the kill. And they overlook the spools. That's going to be frustrating, cause some arguments at halftime. The worst possible time for that to happen.
Due in part to the fact that also Rops had gone so far on the site, he would have assumed that was clear. They would have said, okay, he's gone that far, there can't be anyone near.
That's very true.
It's Pasha that actually benefits from what we thought was going to be the positional advantage of Rops.
Yeah, it's funny how that plays out. Well, there you have it. 8-7 Virtus Pro steal around back, and trust me, this is still anyone's game. Sure, they got 8 rounds on the T side, but that doesn't seem to matter at all. They're a team that can crumble on this particular map, and Virtus Pro are quite the specialists on the T side. They really kind of developed the way the T side could be played on train with the adaptation of different speeds and executions, and they've always been very aggressive and staying in 5-man units as well. So we'll look out for different pace, and we'll see whether Mihu can step up here in his first grand final for Virtus Pro. Third and final map, the second half. We'll find out who's going to be our champions here at V4. Look at the buys. VP now on the T side, of course. They're going to have 2 smokes, a couple of flashbangs to work with here, and an HE. No upgraded pistols on their side. Story pretty much for Mousesports of 1 kit and a smoke for Sticko.
Chris and Sticko working together are going to back off the angle. They don't want to take the fight with the stampede that was running toward them. So instead of us going into battle, they'll throw a smoke out. Force Virtus Pro back. Or at least to reconsider. Op's the only one over toward B at this point in time as well.
There we go then. The second half yet to post any kills. Very slow stuff from VP. They're going back towards inside. They've left Mihu towards the Ivy position. Usually this was Pasha that used to be doing this sort of role. He would go in last or try and cause a distraction depending on how he felt. They've replaced that role with Mihu and seeing whether he can open things up. We'll go for the big flank through CT spawn, but Robs will have to find headshots here. He delivers one perfectly. Takes down Bialy. They're thinking better of it. They got a call to go back outside and use Mihu's position to try and benefit from this.
Sonny swinging around. Better get himself in a position fast because Mihu's gotten both Sticko and Chris. He's going to swing as well onto the hits. He's completely surrounded. How is he still alive that long? To be fair, as the bullets go all around him but not into him, he eventually falls to Neo. It's Oscar, the last of which to put up a fight, and Mihu finds him as well, 8-8, and we split pistols for the first time in the series.
You can really see how that pistol strategy works there for VP. One smoke outside, they pull a rotation, they try the luck towards lower. They lost their first kill, and they were disciplined there. They didn't just go all in and challenge those USPs. They realized they were outgunned, outmatched, went back towards outside and allowed Mihu to have his chance to find kills. He gets 2 towards Ivy, opens it up, and those rotating players from the connector got absolutely wrecked. And as we'll see, the second round force buy come in, 8-8, we're all tied up now. Deagle CZs, there are 3 sets of armor. Robs with the helmet as well. No defuse kit though, in terms of the terrorist approach. 2 rifles, 3 SMGs, all of which are the UMP. Robs alone towards inside, and he's got 5 angry terrorists on their way. They'll be focusing towards the lower ramp. They might throw a few smokes first, but this is looking promising. Maybe a chance for VP to take the lead for the first time here.
Mihu cutting in and taking down Rops immediately, no overlooking the pallets on the T side for Virtus.pro. Learning from their own benefits as Chris will take out Mihu at least in return, but you're right, this would be the first lead for VP. What a time to have it. Asha finds 2. Oscar again with pistols, still making it somewhat expensive. It's going to be an AK down as well, so 2 of the UMPs. Okay, Sticko now on Bialy brings us back dead level. 2 versus 2. Bomb is planted, thankfully, for Virtus.pro. And Snacks will fall off the angle. They've got the high ground as well, running and gunning. The UMP prevails. It's Oscar that might just be satisfied with an AK, but is he going to get away? Oh, he certainly will. He might not be satisfied with that alone. I was going to say with that kill, he might actually give it a go, but Neo's hot on his heels.
Bomb planted, he had little to no chance even if he got both kills there. 9-8, Virtus.pro managed to fend off Mousesports there. Force Spy did bring it down to a 1 versus 1, but unfortunately for the Mousesports side, they have to take the full eco now. VP looking for double digits. They're homing in on their first trophy in 13 months. And they do it. The addition of Mihu didn't seem to excite many people. Their initial showings at LAN proved difficult. Here they are in the grand final and now in the lead in the final map against just pistols. AKs across the board for the Polish side. They'll go back towards Inner. It's a strong place to go. It's unlikely that the USPs can take you down, but Oscar is just an absolute god at the timing when it comes to the backstabs of Pop Dog. But luckily, Snacks is on the other side. He just about catches him in transition.
Rops gonna try and do what he can, and I say that without much confidence for him, because not only is he run down, but it was only the silenced pistol to try and shut down a charging Virtus.pro. This round certainly going their direction. We'll get guns out in the next and let the final really unfold as Virtus.pro takes first blood in this half, and the lead in doing so at 10-8. Due to the economy management on the Mousesports side, certainly money available to bring out at least 1 AWP. In fact, they could go for 2. And they will.
Oh, okay then. We've been talking about this double AWP setup for months now. It's considered one of the strongest within CSGO. Oscar especially, such a formidable force, and Chris Jaders complements him perfectly with their unique playstyle. It's going to be passionate, like I said. They like to go for fast pace on train. He'll be making his way out towards the main entrance. Perfect smoke by Sticko, and he'll find the bomb as well. Can he get a second frag? It's just so chaotic here right now. Back and forth they go, 3-on-3. And the side still have control of the bomb. Neo looking for the next kill. It's not clear who's in the lead right now, but this kill could decide it. Neo steps up as he takes down Robs, rotating from Inner.
double up setup left the hold off the approach. Thankfully not on a retake, but Snacks slipping through the smoke. Oh, goodness, Chris. Up close and personal. It's Bialy now that has to pull it back. He does have the bomb to work with. Not a lot of room. He's got time. Time, perhaps his best friend in all of this, as he's just hit the minute mark. Oscar's already splitting up and going back to consider B as a result of that, and Chris wants to play a very long angle as a result of it as well. Bialy gets closer and closer. Needs to be very sneaky in this situation. Isolates and get a plant. Soon to be in the vision of Chris. If Chris is not careful, but he certainly is. I thought he was starting to look down Ivy. It could have been one of those timing situations, but finding the kill, Mousesports find their 9th. We get back within a round of each other.
Absolutely so. 10-9 now. Money still there of sorts for VP. It won't be a perfect buy. There'll be a few compromises made, but they are going all in by the looks of things. They are going to spend every single dollar. No partial buys here. But 3 compromises made. A couple of UMPs and Nia doesn't a P250, but Bialy and Mihu have AKs. A really good chance for Mousesports to tie things up here. We're going to be seeing all 30 rounds, maybe a bit more here on Train. You just feel it. It's going to come right down to the wire. Chris J and Oscar back on those AWPs. You can see the money's not perfect for them either. Sticko on the FAMAS, UMP for Sunny, and that's why VP have forced into this round. They want to try and shut down the weaker money, cause a reset, and smokes come in. He's only got that PT-50. He might be sent in first. They'll be executing towards outside. No fakes here. Sunny to be challenged first. Does damage, but he's got players all around him. There's that P250. And now the plan has to come in. Right now it's Bialy with the bomb, but they've completely removed Chris J from the equation. Have to fall back.
Falling back, he will.
Sticko.
All the way back by Old Bomb. Neo's gotten Sticko down, and oh goodness, Oscar good hold in the corner, but they're still very limited in their positioning, and a great perimeter hold from Virtus Pro. There's no one exposed to Z Connector, and even when they want to be, they control the situation and their own destiny. As Pasha will take down Chris. Oscar is gone. 11 for Virtus Pro, and in doing so, they'll reset Mousesports already, so a fantastic position to find themselves in.
The problem is, if Oscar saves the AWP, that reset will still be very tricky to overcome. He can be so good with just pistols around him, especially on a map like Train. This is his sort of stomping ground. But 1 kill to his name right now. Neo knows he has to find him. He'll be in the correct position at least. And there we go. Neo will take the AWP out of his hands and recover it. VP have been known to use 2 AWPs in the T side of Train in the past, so I'm sure they'll be happy with this. Here's Neo with the P250, ends up getting 2 kills. And that's a bit of a blunder from Sticko, I have to say. You could see from his POV, as I'll take the timeout, he missed a lot of shots there when they committed. 20 kills for Oscar. So now 11-9 in favor of VP. Who would have thought after getting 16-1 earlier in the group stages, they would be here in the 3rd and final map in the lead.
Especially when you have to go up against FaZe in your respective semi.
Exactly.
The team that came into this as the heavy favorites.
But this is the thing is, it's the same old conversation we have about VP. Which VP is going to turn up,
You know what,
right?
though? No, to be fair, even that conversation, since Taz has left, has gone away because we haven't been expecting as much from them. As soon as they won against FaZe, someone asked me, oh, will they win the final? I said, well, now we're back to exactly where we used to be. Now it is that conversation again.
Unbelievable. Well, maybe they've got some tricks hidden up their sleeve for 2018 after all. They have been boot camping hard. They had some wake-up calls this year, a lineup change, and over in Kiev, they had the option to go home, but they're actually staying on our floor. They were practicing every single day for many, many hours. They know they've got work to do, and it seems to be paying off, at least at this event. Whether they can maintain this pace throughout the year will be yet to be seen, but Mihu performing well, looking to find his first big trophy here in CSGO. He has played about Tier 2, Tier 3 CS for a long time, but hasn't really won anything substantial. See whether this is the tournament to do it for him. The pause will come through. In terms of the VP cash, I've got the AKs out after buying all the grenades, hovering around the 2K mark. Looks like Mousesports will just be taking a full eco here map. Nothing purchased whatsoever, so 12-9 very likely.
But they're playing the long game. They're willing to be disciplined on the Mousesports side. There is encouragement in that. I'm sure we could name a few teams, each of us, Henry, that would happily force buy in these situations. Pops on top of the Train, in a double position toward Pop Dog for the CTs with these pistols. Almost a third as Sunny joins in up front to the A side as well. Snacks therefore scoped in from about a foot away on Pop Dog, is positioned perfectly to catch out. Oscar, oh, maybe not the second, though. He's the bomb as well. That's going to be bombed down back toward the bathrooms. Mihu and Bialy are going to have to collectively go toward it because this suddenly becomes a massive problem. AWP is picked up as well. Molotov to move them, but the AWP starts to foil all the best laid plans.
This is looking quite exciting now. Chris J on the AWP, sure he's low, but still with a sniper in hand. Robs with a decent flank. That's going to be finding Neo, presumably, as Pasha does level the playing field. These have to be good shots, and Robs delivers. 2-on-2. Bomb still in a horrible position. Bialy just runs up. He's trying to engage Sunny here. This is the kill that really counts. Pasha finds it, and this has all been shut down again. It was looking so promising. Sunny had to challenge a bit more there towards the pop dog. Molotov in, and Robs will be going towards the back tracks. I think that's his only chance of really winning it. This is a good call from him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he knew as soon as that Sunny went down and they recovered the bomb that they were instantly going to go down pop dog. But not only was it obvious they were going to go, it was obvious he was going to go to Z Connector. So a good call from Robs, but it's read by Bialy. He gets the kill immediately, 12-9 for Virtus Pro. But an awkward situation to be in, having Snacks getting caught so early with the bomb. Nearly makes an eco round, something a lot more. They'll be back on guns this time.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of that. Full ecos actually finding success with a 5-man pounce mentality. Can be quite exciting to watch sometimes as we come into the last few rounds of this third and final map of the grand final. It's Virtus Pro 12-9 against Mousesports now. Still, the buy not perfect for Mass, UMP, but the Oscar AWP is available. Richey, decent boost, and actually finds Mihu there. Can they get away successfully, though? Smoke deployed, but they're still going to be in a lot of trouble. The nade's starting to rain in. He has to time this well. He knows they'll be spamming through the smoke. Good movement, though, does allow him to retreat, as Oscar takes Snacks as well. 5 versus 3 in favor of Mousesports. Remember, a really difficult buy for Masses. UMP's that one AWP. They had to make something happen there. Boosting on the server was a great idea. And that first frag, and then Oscar gets the second. Chris J did go down to 9. Buying more time. Sticko drops the smoke, but punished for it. Bialy will find the first kill for VP there.
Problems existing in the fact that Mousesports knows exactly where in which they are and can contain accordingly. Smoke does give some shadow of a doubt. Chris gets caught because of that, because he starts to look elsewhere. Boost up is very clever, but overstayed their welcome as immediately Sunny was able to look up and find the kill. Bialy gets one of response, 1 versus 2, but Oscar slides out with the AWP. Both teams in double digits as we get to the close of the V4.
This is more like it. We said it. Normally in best of 3 grand finals, you will see a disparity in the first 2 maps. Obviously, they're going to pick into their opponent's weaknesses. That's exactly what happened. VP looked amazing on Cobblestone. Same story for Mousesports on Mirage. They're quite equally matched here on Train, and the scoreline certainly suggests that. 12-10 as Mousesports find double digits for the first time. You're going to see a pause used pretty much every single round at this point as we come to the final few. And looks like Virtus Pro will be taking the eco, though. They did have enough to force into this, they really wanted to, but that could be throwing away their lead. Oh, wow, hold on. Pasha's bought an orb map. Okay.
There's 4,200 available still for Bialy. This is Oscar. This is aggressive.
Okay. He is not a superstar AWPer. He's decent with the weapon. I would not say he's got enough power behind it to win rounds single-handedly.
I'm going to say watch him, because if he's confident enough to buy it, he's clearly got something in mind.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
He's got a decent spawn as well. A main, fast shot to Z Connector. That has to be the call with that spawn. Been nice if we could have seen it. He does have position, and he's got one. He's got Oscar down. So he knew exactly what he wanted from that spawn. He gets Oscar out of the equation early. It's not a gun that's available to them. It's well back towards Z Connector, but it certainly has a hole in the defense in which they could exploit. And they'll start to gather and accumulate to rush in to B naturally, because bomb is much easier to plant on that side of the map, and with pistols, a little bit closer to get to that target as well.
Could he single-handedly win the round for them there? Great pickup. So they've removed Oscar from the connector. Rops is now alone towards inner. All 5 players trying to take him down. Rops is in a good position considering most of the players don't have armor. He's looking for the big spray down here, but the flashbang effective. He's pushed back to the bomb site. He has to find multiple kills here. He spots one, but that's all he'll find. And remember, Pasha is now set up with the AWP. There is a long flank coming in, but this could be enough as Chris J comes from the connector.
Snacks picks up the M4 as well, so Sunny trying to flank to get in quickly behind them, but he's unsure of exactly how far they've retreated back away from the bomb to be ready for this positioning, and Neo certainly has. P250, but this position is actually excellent because it's very likely, oh, they're going to save this.
No.
Sonny was going to go by them. They're going to call a save.
What
they're
a
going to give up on
round.
this. So Pasha's AWP is everything. Virtus Pro finds 13 rounds. Chris is already long gone as he wants to keep the AWP. Sonny manages at least one, make that two. Maybe they could have given this a go, but it's going to be the round too far gone at this point. There's nothing they can do about it. The decision's made, and it's 3 to go for Virtus Pro.
Well, luckily, Sonny does manage to pick up another AWP, so they'll leave with decent weaponry here. But what a call from Pasha in the grand final. In touching distance of winning it, buying that AWP but losing the round could have been disastrous for the money, but he stepped up. Nerves of steel as he goes towards a connector. Took down Oscar. They commit towards inside. Rops is only good for one, and they convert the round to a victory. Money aplenty for another buy, but still both teams struggling. Whoever wins this one, we're sending their opponents to an eco. If VP can win this round and find 14-10, they could be in a very good place to close this one out. Mihu looking for the double spray down. He'll get it. Sticko and Chris J. And he continues the rampage here on the outside bomb site. This could be it. The retake looking impossible. Surely they save their weapons. What could be one of the final rounds.
Oscar up with Rops, and Oscar leads the way on 23 overall. Miu's up to 18 now. They sold himself in this event. Another save call. Rops and Oscar back off 14. Virtus Pro, and even less money this time by for Mousesports. We're gonna get $1,900, as you mentioned. It's now Oscar back towards CT, desperate to hold on to his Dragon Lore.
Well. Mihu delivering the goods in this grand final so far. Neo takes down one more. Just Oscar to try and save the AWP. And Train could elude them once again. Yeah, gonna have to take the pause surely into the next round, but the good news is, like we said before, this is the Oscar play. One AWP and lesser weaponry, it's enough to win rounds. I can confirm he will survive here in TT Spawn. And this was everything. Mihu gets up on the green train as well to find his third, completely destroy Sonny, who's been absent, I would say. This is normally one of his best maps, 10 kills. After 24 rounds, doesn't seem enough for him. By his standards, that's a very poor showing.
Yeah, 11 for Sticko, 13 for Rops. Rops and Sonny specifically should get more, you'd expect, both in double digits, but Virtus Pro in a massive advantage in that they've only got one AWP against them. Not a lot of money, a timeout naturally for Mousesports. And Virtus Pro pushing toward map and championship point.
Like I said, timeout will be used for pretty much every round at this point. Virtus Pro, it's been 13 months without a title. The last one, DreamHack Masters in Las Vegas. A surprise victory for them there. That was a recovery from a slump again. They have a funny way of coming out of nowhere in tournaments where they seem non-existent. And it looks like it will be a classic Oscar round map. They're not going to fully invest. Oh, I take it back. They are just starting to buy up weaponry now. They go for Deagle, CZ's armor. 3 players are all in. Oscar saves himself 2K, but he's got the AWP. Looking for series point, championship point, Virtus Pro. This could be a double orb setup on the T side. Neo, out quickly once again. Oscar has to step up here.
Chris and Sonny both playing very forward inside of the A site. Sonny with the CZ is able to clothesline Neo. Gives Chris a little bit of breathing room as Oscar's also going to play off of that position. Sonny in the smoke. Try and catch them all off inside of A main. He doesn't elect to go through if he had, and found a second kill and a gun. My goodness, what a turn it would be. He has not found actually the first rifle. I think it was picked up and thrown back.
Oh, yes.
Alley behind the server, still going to try and hold position. Interesting call from Mousesports early enough. They don't have weapons, so they're trying to stay ahead of the play, if you will, be proactive. So Oscar was thinking about rotating off, but then a further shot comes in at outer, and they realize they're not gone toward the B site just yet. So Rops is left there alone for now. And still they want to inch toward A main. Oscar's off has to be perfect. He's playing as open as he can in the site so he can swing both directions just narrowly. In fact, he did clip the alley. He got him down to 23 HP. Mihu as well is also going to start to push, and he's been so good at opening towards Sandwich, but is he ready for Sticko at hell? Good position to be, and doesn't even get that far, Oscar. Great play. Chris is going to capitalize. Virtus Pro so close and yet so far. 2 players alive and alone, but Snacks is able to take down Crispy. Ali on 23. And the bomb down inside of the site, though, must be too much at this point. 17 seconds, just save it.
Yeah, it would be a 5-on-2, and you're absolutely right there. It will be Mousesports at least keeping their names inside the grand final. They're not going to let Virtus Pro get to championship point just yet here. It's great stuff from the likes of Oscar and Chris picking up frag for the start of the round. Sunny chimes in as well at the very start. Could be a massive blunder here for VP. Mousesports still alive and kicking. The force buy works out for them. 24 kills for Oscar, 21 for Chris J. That was the initial kill from Sunny to make things competitive. And he's still there. No double orb setup anymore for the T side. Still anyone's game.
Set piece to Inner, trying to get the alley in position early enough. He catches off Sunny. Great opening play from Virtus Pro as they want to change the pace, but Chris burns Bialy alive. And there goes the only hand they had in the fire so far in a bomb site. The rest still sitting on the edges.
Still a 4-on-4. Virtus Pro will take that lead. That might sound weird, but with the defense having to spread thin, it's men available. Certainly does favor the terrorist forces. Round number 26. Sunny goes down at the E-box, but teammate Chris J can return with the incendiary. Set up now from VP. Looks like they'll be having the bomb towards Inner. Mihu and Pasha just waiting towards the main entrance, potentially lining up some smokes now. We'll have the bomb on his back. Pasha with the AWP. Neo approaching towards that upper ramp. Comes the smoke set up as Sticko is pushing towards Ivy. This could be fantastic for him. If he catches them out throwing the smokes, he'll be able to shut it all down. He might even go for a knife out. I'm not sure. This is so smart from Sticko. Oh, he could completely ruin his chances there. He'll get one and just get out after that miss. That would have been beautiful if he gets both kills.
Better than it worked out for him, remember, on Cobble, so he hasn't had the best success in being sneaky. However, again, getting the one and getting out still gives the advantage to his team. As Pasha wants to work in with the AWP, and Chris knows that that is likely. He'll smoke off his left strictly so he can get in toward Hell instead. Bomb has gone to be, it's Snacks versus 4.
This will be something quite special if he can win this.
Money for Virtus Pro is not great, so he has to commit to the bomb plant first and foremost. That job done. It would be $1,900 on top of it. They're not in a great position, but let's see how he goes, because Snacks is certainly going to have an argument for it. Chris, perfect position to trade off of the damage. Not even the kill toward Oscar.
Well, there we have it, 14-12. Like I said, it's very likely we get the full distance here. Mousesports, this is the first time they've been able to post consecutive rounds here in the second half. It's been a very VP-sided affair. It's on 19, 20. 14-12. It looks like the money, you're right, will be in a pretty desperate position for VP. Take another eco here. Just Glocks, CZs might just go for a rush towards inside. We'll see. Back in that double orb set up, Mousesports have stabilized after having that nightmare scenario. Pistols in the AWP up against championship of VP. They managed to win that and convert the rounds after. Finally, might be able to have some breathing room here. Great push from Sicko, just to know, in that previous round. It would have been such an amazing play if he got both of those kills. Was so patient, so sneaky. But he got one kill and fell back. So, as I always say, man, no harm, no foul. Could have been a lot more special than it was, but still, he stayed alive and he didn't lose the round.
Virtus Pro leaving the bomb very intentionally. Tables certainly do turn on the back of that eco round. 2 rounds prior, because Virtus Pro could have found map point and had every advantage in their name, and now they're struggling. As Oscar's going to put Pasha down on entrance. Neo at least slides up the wall ever so slightly. Oscar on ticket booth would be slightly exposed to that position. Good smoke, therefore, to cut him off as they want to get the bomb planted. They want to get the bomb planted. So, what have they done? A complete fake. It's over toward B. Bialy and Mihu are going to put it down, and Snacks finding kills. This actually could work out. Mihu is going to go so far up behind them, they've now realized this is in the inner sight, and Sticko has to find Snacks and get past him first and foremost as Sunny looks toward Mihu. Good play from Snacks. This could work. A sales pitch from Virtus Pro. And Bialy's not detected. Mihu knows that Sunny's working down the lane. He actually spots him, but doesn't do anything with it. He just relayed the information to Bialy so that he plays the angle perfectly, and then he can catch them off. Mihu, no. He had to take down Chris. Still the advantage to Bialy, but he gets caught out. Sunny can hold the defuse. Snacks is too far removed.
That was everything. Mihu had it in the palm of his hand, Matt. He could have, one kill. That was it, in the back with the P250. Loses his bottle. And there it is, 14-13, Mousesports, what seemed like a guaranteed round for VP at that point. Snacks did absolutely everything. Mihu couldn't convert the frag, which would have given them championship point, ruined the money for Mousesports, and Virtus Pro would have been on championship point again. They're still in the lead as we get into round number 28. What a third and final map this is turning out to be. Pasha back on the orb. So unlucky not to convert that one. It's one kill. They'd be rattling Mihu.
Such good positioning as well, and you're right, Mihu going down, certainly it was costly, especially where he had the upper hand in the exchange, but Bialy also had great positioning and couldn't find the frag either, so 2 kills that slip away, and we have a 1-round game again. With the guns back up for Virtus Pro. Pasha again on the AWP. Hasn't gotten kills in quite a few rounds, ever since, in fact, he had the op last, so still sits with 20. Snacks on 21 has taken over. Minute to work with, and VP playing for picks. Bomb down at the stairs. Who's going to pick that up now, but look at Sunny's positioning already on this.
This is very good, actually, yes. Gets in main entrance, ton of information gathered as this terrorists poise themselves towards Ivy.
He's got a perfect crossfire set with Chris J as well.
Absolutely
playing
right.
just in front of Sandwich. Chris knows that they've got activity toward Ivy, so he has to give up on that. He'll smoke Sunny instead. He's going to go for Neo, but it's really about the take at this point at long. Good find from Chris. Better setup from Sticko. Mousesports trying to tie up the game have given themselves a great chance because the bomb flies forward as well toward the hitch, which means Pasha has to get aggressive on the AWP. Immediately looks to Sticko and can't land at Neo. He's going to get caught off by Sunny. Surely, great positioning, great read from Mousesports, great team play.
Yeah.
And suddenly Snacks is in a 1 versus 5.
Playing off each other, but Snacks always has a shout in these rounds. I say that, but he's got 5 seconds remaining, so no chance of winning this one. Unfortunately for him, Mousesports tie things up and maybe take the lead of this one because the money's going to be non-existent with no bomb going down, especially if they kill him after the time here. They won't do it. Snacks not having any of that.
14-14, Virtus Pro, after 13 months, came within 2 kills of actually finding championship point against an Eco, or it would have been. They now find themselves at 14-14, and Mousesports, no stranger to this territory, suddenly back in the driver's seat.
Coming down to the final few rounds now, of course, the tactical timeout will be called. We'll have a look at the money. And the difficult situation for Virtus Pro is that Snacks takes over the AK. He only has $2,000 in reserve. His teammates all hovering around $3,000. Do they take the force buy now and risk their chances? They lose that round, they have nothing for the 30th round and be up against championship point. Or do they play for overtime map and allow Mousesports to essentially win this round by purchasing nothing? 2 very difficult options, and they'll take the tactical timeout, allow the coach Cuban to come in and give his 2 cents on the situation. I mean, right down to the wire now. They had this game played towards a connector. The force by the Snacks CZ, so powerful. Here we go. What will the call be? They're going to take the more conservative approach. Just a little partial buy with CZs, some armor. They've saved some cash here. And Mousesports will be looking to post-championship point first, but maybe Snacks got a few more tricks up his sleeve here with the single AK. They have got smokes and flashbangs. They'll be heading towards inner.
Rops well removed from being close at inner. Suggests that a bomb plant is highly likely for Virtus Pro in this situation. Early smoke at the top of the ramp. They're going to bypass the position quite cleanly. Absolutely 0 contact or distraction toward outer might suggest that Oscar wants to rotate off sooner rather than later, but he is boosted on ticket, which means Sunny could also decide to go instead. In the sight. Smoke goes deep. Mihu's going to work toward the plant. Snacks with the rifle, hasn't overcommitted at this point. He's actually going to get aggressive. I thought he might try and play high ground, let the pistols go aggressive, but he wants to join in. They want to fight this. They're not playing any sort of cautionary positions, if you will. They want to go aggressive and catch off Mousesports on rotation. Rops, he's not sure exactly where to go in this situation. No kills yet. The bomb's been down for almost 10 seconds as Chris misses 1 shot. That's going to leave him vulnerable, as he certainly will go down. It's Sticko and Rops to follow it back. Passion down to the end, and Sunny's going to follow it. Neil has just the CZ, and he's against 4. It will be Mousesports on map point and championship point first. Fnatic has won 2 events in 2018. Mousesports is about, or trying to become, the second team to do so this year, and in great competition in doing so. What a start to 2018 it's been. And Virtus.pro pressure on to force overtime. AWP for Pasha.
Great discipline from Rob there as well, knowing if he went down with that full inside commitment, he gives up a weapon and gives his team a disadvantage at a retake there. He allowed them to plant. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it does work out, and indeed all 30 rounds are going to be played here. This is it, do or die time for VP. It's been such a roller coaster of a grand final, but what a third map decider has turned out to be. All power for Pasha. Double orb setup for Mousesports. Can they close this out before overtime comes in and find their second championship of 2018? And if Virtus.pro can take it to overtime and find it for them, it'll be their first in 13 months. Sticko towards Ivy, very conservative play, not going for kills, just trying to peek anything he can. As soon as he sees a grenade or anything like that, he'll be throwing the smoke. Chris J flashed off, but everyone's still alive for now.
But if Virtus.pro come up shy, as they did at Epicenter after going the distance in the finals, how heartbreaking is it? Encouraging after the changes, but they certainly struggled just to get here. Neo, meanwhile, is going to work with a smoke toward bottom side of Pop Dog. They've subsided the pressure toward Ivy. Sticko's still going to stay there on Mousesports' approach. Smoke set up as well toward Pop Dog, and Neo and Mihu haven't exactly taken position as of yet. Deep smoke toward Ivy, however, is quite clever, because that'll give them the position to walk in and focus on the close angles, the immediate threats. Chris J gets the first kill of the round. Snunny's pushed up as well. Down goes Bialy. Neo needs to get the bomb back. He's done at least that. He's going to retreat, get back up the ladder, and work with Snacks, because Snacks is the one that now holds all the cards. He can sway this entire round. One kill deep inside of the site. Pasha, lurking on the AWP, is going to make this a highly more possible round for VP. Bomb to be planted. And the rotations to come in. 2 from CT. 1 from Z Connector. It's Oscar that's now got high ground. Snacks to back off. No need to get aggressive this time. They need Pasha to rotate over as well to be in the mix. The AWP to get positioned on the lower ramp. And in they go. Sticko to sneak up. Snacks needs to be perfect. But one on either side. Chris starts it off. Still the hold. Pasha wants to walk back down. Bomb is ticking. They tap it once to try and pull the remaining 2 players in positions, and they've got them both. It's Mousesports that's going to get their second win in 2018.
What a grand final it turned out to be. It goes all 30 rounds, but Mousesports deny overtime. Great play from Chris J with the AWP to close things out. Fantastic performance from VP. We can take nothing away from this tournament map. They have to be very happy with themselves. They took down FaZe in the semi-finals, but it wasn't quite enough. The third and deciding map was an absolute thriller, but unfortunately, they will go down, and the second championship for Mousesports.
And Virtus.pro did everything they could to get back into that. Running it to B, Snacks was so far forward, and how close they came on 14-10. What a battle back for Mousesports. First time they've been in a final where they're the favorite, and they'll prevail. Hats off to Virtus.pro and hearts out to them as well. A battle back in this entire event. Beating FaZe 2-0, no easy task, and they did so this morning just to stand on this stage. Mihu, the undisputed MVP of that game, has certainly made his presence known on Virtus.pro, and hopefully it continues.